FC24 meta is driving down the byline and score, so today let's look at the effective ways you can break your opponent down the wing. So without wasting time, let's jump into it. Are you tired of matching up against overpowered squads? Visit u7buy.com for cheap and safe FC coins on the market. Remember to use the discount code DRFC for 6% off. Check the link in the description. Number 1 is player triggering. In order for your attack to progress, you need to send your off-ball players forward. Using techniques like the pass and move, where you press both the L1 plus X or LB plus A on your controller, your player will pass the ball and he run forward. We use this against opponents' aggressive wingers. Here we can beat that fullback without using any fancy skill move. Another way of sending your player forward is to use the L1 trigger. Here you aim the left analog at the player you want to send forward, then you immediately tap on L1 or LB on your controller, and that player will make a forward run. This is effective with wingers and fullbacks, as we will see later in the video. The next tool is the ground through pass. Obviously this has to be on the list. You spot that player running into the space, position your player perfectly and press triangle or Y on your controller, directing that pass into the space. Very effective to find your running striker or winger into the space. The next tool is the lob through pass, since sometimes the ground through pass lane could be blocked by the opponent's defender, so you need to be creative. This is the most effective pass used in WINGPLAY style. You just need that player running into the space, then press both the L1 and triangle, or LB, plus Y. This works best when you have a running winger into the space in front, or the winger, or that fullback joining attack. Then we need to boost the speed sometimes. That's when the stepovers comes in. This skill moves is the best for building up on the wing because it increases your attacking speed. The last tool is the lobbed pass. This pass is used to switch sides in the WINGPLAY build-up. You press the square button, or X, aim the left analog towards the player you want to pass to. There are so many tools you can use to build on the wing, but here let's just look at the basic and the most effective ones. So now let's see how we can build up on the wing. The number 1 and effective is to form triangle passing patterns on the wing. We have two basic patterns. First is the center back, the fullback, and the midfielder. Sometimes it could be between winger, not center back. Then the second one is the midfielder, the winger, and the striker. It's not by rule to pass only with these players on the wing, but just know these patterns will always form, especially if you use the formation with wingers. Passing in triangle way triggers your sense of creative passing. You will always see multiple passes and your brain will not freeze in crucial moments. For example here, as I pass to my winger, I immediately scan and see this triangle pattern formed, so I pass to my midfielder and before even receiving the ball I send my striker for a forward run. I take a first-time ground through pass, get in behind and end up scoring this goal, so I was one step ahead of the opponent. Another way to build up on the wing is to switch sides. Switching sides is very crucial in FC24. Because the AI press is so overpowered, so you need to switch sides to stretch the opponent's players and open up spaces for passes and dribbling. AI pressing is so overpowered whereby the opponent's players load on the ball side and you get stuck in a position where it's hard to form triangles. So if you ever face that situation, switching side might look simple, but it will unlock all your opportunities and even get space to form triangle passing patterns and progress forward. By the way, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like the video. The most effective way to break the opponent on the wing is to involve your fullbacks into attacking roles. First of all, we advise you to instruct your fullback on stay back while attacking if you suck at defending, but this limits your attacking opportunities. Now I'm not telling you to change that setting, but if you want to attack with options and give your opponent hard time, leave your fullbacks unbalanced. Here they will automatically see a potential opening, and you also need those fast agile wingers like Kyle Walker, Cancelo, players with high attacking work rate. They will make automatic forward runs and give you plenty of options in your attack, so you need to always be aware whenever they make these runs. But you can decide to sometimes manually send that fullback forward and plan your attack. This is very effective because some opponents will not even notice it. For example, here around the center of the pitch, I trigger my fullback to run forward, and I decide to drive into the space, just to buy some time for this winger to complete his run. The opponent thought I was gonna pass direct to him, that's why he didn't even approach my ball holder, but also he didn't track this run completely because he was not expecting this move. I time when that winger is about to reach the last man on the defense line, I perform the lob through pass to that fullback. Just one simple move I was able to build up and even ending up scoring this goal. Another way to build up on the wing is understand how the wing attacking zone is balanced. Some players mistakenly think that attacking on the wing you just run on the line and that's it. On the pitch we have two basic attacking zones, the central zone where you attack through the middle, then the wide zone, where you attack through the wing. But if you want to take your attack game to the next level, these basic zones are not enough. You need to adjust your attacking zones to 3, where we have the wider zone, the mid zone and the central zone. So when you attack through the wing, don't be fixed on the wider zone, you need to move into the mid zone and mix it up. It's an in and out logic of the moving the ball. It's just a matter of being creative and use all the zones to attack effectively. For example here, I pass the ball to my winger, so here I'm in a wider zone, I play one touch pass to my striker to complete a triangle pattern, I play a simple through pass to my winger, so here, instead of continuing to run forward in this wider zone, I shift the game direction into this mid zone. By the way, we shall have a tutorial about game direction concept. Moving into this mid zone opened up this through pass opportunity, I take that through pass in behind with one of the meta cards on the game and I score. So that's it for build up. Now let's see on the side of chance creation, and beginning with tools. Number 1, we have the lobbed pass. We use this pass to cross into the opponent's box if the opportunity displays. Then we have the driven ground pass, which we call the hard pass. This pass you press both the R1 plus X or RB plus A on your controller. We use this pass to find our strikers in tight spaces. Since this pass moves fast, it's hard to intercept in those scenarios. Then we have the controlled sprint. Here you hold the R1 or RB, then you move your left stick analog. The player dribbles a little bit faster than the normal dribbling, but with a precise ball control. Then we have that extra pass inside the box. When you pass from the byline, a lot of the times you will have this running midfielder inside the box, so always keep your eyes open and use that extra pass. Lastly, we have some skill moves you can use like the stepovers, just to drive into the box with force. Then we have the ball roll. Here you can chain it, like ball roll and pass, especially when passing from the byline to open up that angle. There are so many tools you can use here, but we choose the effective and basics ones. So how can we create chances from WINGPLAY? Number 1 is to use crosses. This is one of the powerful way to score in FC24. You just need to scan the pitch and spot that free player. And if you want to improve your cross accuracy, create that curve angle, meaning position your player diagonally towards or away from the goal. Aim the left analog towards that player and load some power, 2 to 3 bars. Here it's very easy to break that defense with just one pass and score. For example here, I drive into the opponent's box in a diagonal position, I spot my free player on the other side of the pitch, so I decide to cross the ball to him, control and pass to open teammate, and ending up scoring this goal. The most common way and effective to create chances is to drive to the byline and look for a cutback to any of your open strikers and score. What exactly do you need to be successful with this? 1. Space to the byline. If the byline is open, drive to it and try to look for a cutback. 2. Don't show the opponent that it's your actual plan, especially if he's defending you one-on-one. You need to create some confusion and trick him to open the way. Then if you have managed to reach that byline area, look for your open striker, pass the ball and score. But if you reach and you see no open pass, just take some extra dribbles. Either your players will position themselves into the open spaces to receive the ball, or the opponent won't be patient enough, and he will drag away that defender and open the passing lane, take it and score. But sometimes if you see there's no space in open passing lanes, here I advise you to recycle the ball and find another way to break that defense. Don't force things when you see everything is closed. For example, here I drive down the wing, I perform the ball roll just to create some confusion and unpredictability. I hold the controlled sprint and drive into the space while tricking my opponent and trying to be unpredictable. I get the open lane and take that pass, I receive the ball and dribble away from the opponent's defender and score. The last way to create chances on the wing is to fake that byline move. Some opponents will read that byline move, so if you see your opponent is over-committing to mark that option, immediately break it and look for any central passes and work your way to score that goal. And the pro trick here, after you break, you need to pass quicker and give no time for the opponent to react and recover from his misanticipation. And don't forget that extra pass. When you're improving, you need to adapt some smart tricks into your game. For example, this extra pass is very crucial when using WINGPLAY. So the question is, byline attack is overpowered and you can now play better on the wing and break your opponent, but what about you? What can you do when you face someone who abused the wing play? And that's our next video, so that's it for today, thanks for watching.